loves, it's Angelica aka Angie B, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be telling you all about red rice water and exactly how to make it, as in my exact recipe for hair growth. If you're interested in that, then stay tuned. Jumping straight into the video, I'm going to just tell you a few interesting things about red rice water and what the difference is between regular rice water and red rice water, which basically means the difference between white rice and red rice. So there is very little to no difference in terms of it is both rice, but what makes red rice much more special than white rice is, I'm going to put the word up on the screen here, it contains a substance called anthocyanin, and this is what makes the rice look red. So this red part and this actual anthocyanin that makes the rice red is extremely high in antioxidants, and the rest of the benefits of the rice are basically exactly the same as white rice, except there is a higher amount in the red rice. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. There's not that much difference in terms of the nutrients, there's just more. It's like you take one multivit and this one has double the dose of the exact same one. So that's why I decided to try it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone make rice water out of it. If someone else has done it, then let me know. I'd love to know what the results are like. I decided that I'd like to see what would happen if I'd use red rice water in my hair, because I actually have seen videos, or at least I've seen thumbnails. I haven't really watched them, but I've seen people using black and making black rice water, and I found it in my local health store. I will put an alternative in the description box below from Amazon, because I mean, hey, you can get everything from Amazon. Like I always say, organic products are basically the same. If it's from the same place, if I find red rice from Thailand or from Asia, you're guaranteed it's basically the same thing. The same way I always say tea tree oil, peppermint oil, I always suggest the best alternatives in the description box below. But, you know, wherever you can find it, as long as it's organic, it's basically the same thing. So going back to the rice, it also has vitamins B and vitamins E, just like regular rice, just like regular white rice, but in higher doses. The downside to red rice is it is about double or more than double the price of regular water. Okay, the sun is kind of... Red rice is way more expensive than regular white rice, so that's the only thing that could deter you. But if you're only buying it for your hair and you're not eating it, it still comes out as affordable because you don't need that much rice water, especially if you're just doing like a rice water rinse, not like a 10-day challenge. You probably will only use it once or twice a week. So you could probably use half or quarter cup per wash. That means one little packet of rice could probably last you like 4 months or something like that. So it still works out. It's just like buying a little conditioner or something like that. So I think it's definitely still worth it. By the way, my hair is in these twists because I've actually already used and tested out this rice water in my hair. But in this video, I'm showing you the exact recipe. So let us get straight into the exact recipe, how I did everything. I filmed everything and I'm showing you exactly on camera how I did it. If you're getting value out of this video so far, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Suggest whatever else you'd like me to do in the comment section below, and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. The button is right down there. Okay, straight into it. We are using this red rice. It is from the brand Good Life. I got it from my local health store. And I'm using 2/3 of a cup to measure the rice. And now I'm just cutting the packet open. You can also use a half cup. It actually doesn't matter what cup you use because you see how the measurement is. So here I'm just pouring the red rice into the cup and into this plastic bowl. You can use any kind of bowl you want, metal, plastic, as long as you'll be able to seal it. And now this is just water from the tap. I'm actually just washing the rice, and you notice that if you're getting it like from a health store in this kind of packaging, the rice is already going to be very clean. As you guys can see, there'll just be like a few tiny like shell kind of things that will be floating on the top of the rice. After it's clean, as you can see, I just did one wash. I rinsed it out and the water was already clear. So now I'm putting warm water. This is one of the main secrets to this. Red rice water is extremely hard compared to regular rice water, so just using like lukewarm or room temperature water won't be good enough to get the nutrients out. Don't use boiling water because you will kill the nutrients. Just use warm water that's hot enough for you to touch and not burn. So this simply means I used 1/2 of a cup of rice and 4 2/3 of a cup of water. And as you guys can see, I was just testing the water here, and you can see I can touch it long enough to not burn, but I can't hold my hand in there. And that's when you know that is the perfect temperature. Then you just want to get any kind of spoon, wooden spoon, whatever, to mix the rice together. And then we are going to cover this with something that is airtight. Now you guys will see that this lid I'm using has a hole in it because it's meant to be used in the microwave, but I couldn't find another bowl that had a lid, so I did cover the entire bowl in cling wrap. So if this is your situation, you can do this, but if you have a bowl that has a lid, that would be best. Don't put it in a bottle, and you see why just now. So it's been about 24 hours at this moment, and you guys can see all the vapor that's at the top of the bowl. Now I'm just going to open it, and the most amazing thing about red rice water is it literally has no smell. Like, side note, I do have kind of a bad sense of smell, but like when I try, I can smell it. And it smells like rice, but it is a very, very light scent. So if the smell of regular rice water bothers you, this one will be amazing for you. And this specific part right now is the secret to getting the best rice water. If you've seen my video on how I make rice water cloudy, this is the same method. You just want to massage the rice between your palms for at least 10 minutes or longer if you can. This just releases all the nutrients, and when the water is more cloudy, then you know it's released a little bit of starch, of course, but a lot of the nutrients in it too. And that's when you know it is ready, when it looks like a muddy, kind of dirty brown water. That's when you know the red rice is ready. So now I'm straining it, just in case there might be any particles or something that's floating that didn't come out when I wash it. And this might look like it defeats the purpose, but there was a method to my madness. So after I strained it and put it in a glass bottle with a funnel, I always prefer to use glass for this kind of stuff, for the storage. So now I'm adding some rice from the bowl, and I'm just going to put like a quarter of the way, as you guys can see in the bottle. And now I'm adding my favorite oils, of course, organic tea tree oil, and I put about 15 drops of this. Now it's because I really like the tingling feeling and I'm used to it, so I use a lot. I put the same amount of peppermint oil as well, about 15 drops, so you guys can see I squeezed the dropper about twice. Now, if you don't use peppermint oil and tea tree that often, or you've never used them before, I suggest just using like 5 drops, and then you can up your way from there, because you might not be used to it and your body might not react well to it. So this is what it looks like in the end, and I will store this in the fridge. And just in case you're curious, this actually lasts for about a maximum of 10 days, and then it's probably like gone bad and you have to make a new batch. Okay, so as you could see, that is the final product, and I have it here with me. This is what it looks like in the bottle. The bottle is kind of leaking right now. I'm going to change the lid and put it in the fridge. But this is the rice water. As you guys can see, if I shake it up, you can see it's getting more cloudy. And last time, I know people were saying, how do you get the rice to be so cloudy? I used the exact same method for this one, and this is how it became this cloudy. I will say already, pros and cons. Cons, it takes a little bit more work to make it cloudy because the rice is much harder. Pros, it doesn't leave any white residue or any kind of residue at all compared to regular rice water. Also, if you're interested in me doing a 10-day rice water challenge, if it's already done by the time you're watching this video, it'll be linked in the eye up there and also in the description box below, and you get to see my 10-day rice water challenge. I also did, with red rice water, but I also have a challenge with regular rice water, which will also be linked down there. And I also filmed a video of my rice water wash day routine, which is basically ended up with the hairstyle that I have right now. So if you're interested in that, everything will be linked. Thank you so much for watching. Click my face there if you didn't subscribe in the beginning. Watch the 2 videos on the side of the screen there because you might be interested in those as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!